What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be breaking down why Enigma has a 49.20% win rate. Sometimes it points up to a 50%. I think this hero definitely has the potential to have a lot higher of a win rate. It's just very difficult to get a lot of value from Enigma, as it is a very hard hero to play, because Black Hole is just one of these abilities that is very difficult to use properly, because sometimes you get the wrong target and it's just such a long cooldown that it can become very difficult. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some tips on this hero, some of the matchups, and how you guys can play this hero a lot more effectively. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, leave a like and consider subscribing, as it does help out the channel quite a bit. The recent changes to Enigma have been that Eidolon's health is increased by 4% of his own HP, so it's actually very nice, because Enigma is not really the tankiest hero out there, but he definitely has some pretty good HP, and most of the builds that Enigma is typically going for make him a lot tankier and more survivable. So it is nice that the Eidolons are now a lot tankier, so they're harder to kill and they're going to be sticking around for much longer. Also, Midnight Pulse was changed, so now it does base damage, which is fine. It's not really a whole lot of base damage, but it is nice, and they dropped the percentage by 1, and they also dropped the area. So overall, it was a decent nerf and also a little mini buff, so it's not overall too bad. You're going to be doing base damage plus percent damage. It's always going to be nice, but Enigma doesn't typically play around Midnight Pulse. You're typically getting that last. You tend to skip that all the time. You max out your Eidolons, you max your Malefice, then you take a point in Black Hole, and then only then do you start taking points in Midnight Pulse. It's just overall not a very great spell early on into the game. I'm going to be breaking down the talents. So at level 10, you have plus 50 Black Hole damage per second or 10 Eidolon attack speed. It honestly depends. If you're going to be playing around Black Hole, there's not a lot of stuns, not a lot of silences, you can go for the Black Hole damage. But if you're getting a lot of value from the right click of the Eidolons and you're putting a lot of pressure with those, then you can definitely take that. It's going to be nice, because if you're playing into a lot of stuns and silences, it's going to be very difficult for you to get that value off the Black Hole. But you can always get the value from the Eidolons, whether it be pushing towers, farming creep camps, or just killing very squishy support heroes. Overall, Eidolons are always going to be a very good option for you guys to play around. Level 15 is going to be plus 35 Malefice instance damage or 250 health. This honestly depends. If you are struggling to survive, you should take the HP talent, but if you want to overall have a little bit more damage, you should take the Malefice talent. At level 20, you have plus 40 Eidolon damage or plus 200 Midnight Pulse radius. Again, this all depends. If you're playing around your Eidolons to push towers and against low armor heroes, and you're just getting a lot of value from these heroes and they're not dying, you're not just feeding them away, you can always take it, because plus 40 Eidolon damage is quite crazy. It's very nice. But also, if you're playing around Black Hole, you're gonna need that Midnight Pulse radius, which is quite a bit. 200 is nothing to scoff at. It's a pretty decent radius, so you should definitely keep that in mind whether you're playing style, and all his talents are basically of that. If you're playing around Black Hole, there's a certain way you should be skilling it, but if you're playing around Eidolons, it's pretty easy for you guys to take those extra talents. And now for the level 25, it's either plus 5 Eidolons or plus 4 Malefice instances. They're both kind of crappy. I guess the 5 Eidolons are really nice for pushing towers, and they just do overall very nice damage, especially if you take the plus 40 Eidolon damage. You should definitely consider taking the extra Eidolons, as the Malefice instances are more really annoying than anything else. You're not really getting that much damage out of it, so I would definitely recommend taking the Eidolons. They're overall going to serve you way better. You're going to be able to farm a lot faster. You're going to be able to push these towers in the late game way better, and it's also going to be very nice chip damage, because in the late game, obviously, heroes are more tankier, but you're still going to be doing fantastic damage to squishy support heroes. Now we're going to be going into what matchups Enigma is typically good up against and bad up against. He's typically good against Darkseer, Slark, Pangolier, and Lone Druid. These heroes definitely don't perform very well against a good Enigma player, and Eidolons just do very good work to them, and Black Hole is just something that these heroes typically can't deal without, and you can always Black Hole the Slark if he shadow dances and doesn't get away from you. You're definitely going to kill him, as Slark is not a very tanky hero. It's also good against Lone Druid. Lone Druid struggles against Black Hole and Midnight Pulse, and Malefice instances are extremely annoying for the bear and also for the main druid, so Enigma overall does pretty well. And Enigma is a natural vessel buyer, so you can definitely pick that up and it's going to be very helpful. And Enigma is typically bad up against heroes like Silencer, Bristleback, Sniper, Wraith King, Spectre, Rubik. So quite a few heroes. Rubik obviously, because he can steal Black Hole and do it way better than you. Spectre, because he doesn't really die with Black Hole, it's just hard to kill him and he can easily get on top of you. He doesn't really care a whole lot about the Eidolons. He typically builds Blade Mail, which is always going to be nice against the Eidolons. Bristleback also doesn't really care a whole lot. Super tanky, super sustainable, and can easily kill your Eidolons. And Sniper is one of these heroes that's just going to be hitting you from a mile away, so you're really not going to be targeting him a whole lot. And Silencer, obviously, because he could cancel your Black Hole and just make your life a living hell. It's just not a nice matchup for the Enigma, and you're definitely going to be playing that game around your Eidolons and not around Black Hole whatsoever, because he can easily press one button and completely destroy your cooldown. Now I'm going to be breaking down what are the best items you should be building on Enigma. Enigma's best builds right now are typically around Brown Boots, Urn, Wand, then you go for a Blink. Vlad's is super popular on this hero. You get a lot of impact with the Eidolons, and it's overall going to help your team. It's going to be very nice for you guys to pick up this item. Shiva's is extremely good right now in the current patch, so I highly recommend building that. You can go for an item like Octarine or Refresher. You can also get BKB or Linkage. It honestly depends. Those items are very situational, but the core standard items is always going to be the Brown Boots, the Blink, and Urn eventually turned it into a Vessel, which is going to be great damage. I definitely love picking up Vessel on the Enigma. You're going to get a lot of value from it, and it stacks up with Midnight Pulse, which is extra little chip damage. You're going to be doing quite a bit of damage with the Vessel. It's just overall very good stats for the Enigma, and I highly recommend you guys to build that. Then in the late game, you obviously go for items like Refresher, so you can get that double Black Hole. You can also get Lincolns if you feel like you're being targeted a whole lot with a bunch of spells that are stopping you from actually playing the game. You can always build items like Lincolns, which are fantastic stats for this hero. If you guys learned something in this video, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know if Enigma is one of your favorite heroes. If you guys are Enigma spammers, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.